Perfect.
Love to all.
And put, so we're recording.
Yeah, we're on.
All right, so we're recording. So welcome to our goal setting workshop of 2021. Super excited to be here with you all to be sharing these goals, tips, and ideas, I suppose, on how you can improve yourself from where you are right now. Now, before we get started into the goal, I think it's important that I just share who I am and what gives me the right to stand here in front of you all to share some goals. So I'm no different to you. I'm just a human being that got brought into this world. And my approach is very practical and it's very simple. I'm a married father of two, soon to be number three, little baby girl on the way, which we're super excited about. And I've been involved since school. I've been involved in the construction industry, and I've moved from the construction industry into the health and wellness space. And now I predominantly work in the health and wellness space. We've still got some, investments on the side, but my 90% of my time is in the health and wellness space within the company Herbalife Nutrition, which, if you follow me on social media, you may have seen that. And if not, well, then you know what that's about. So some companies that I've had the opportunity to work closely with, Westfields, Qantas, Mark and I established Your Nutrition Coach back in 2014, which we're super proud and excited what it's grown into to become today. I've worked with St. Patrick's Schools, the airport, like the Corporate Health Week, New South Wales Health. So we've had some great opportunities to work with these people. PCYC, we partnered with Crunch Fitness, Anytime Fitness, F45 Training, Rockdale City Council. And it's an honor and privilege. And I share this with you is because I've just had a vision and I've taken that vision and I've put a plan into place and I've started to work on that plan. And I want you to today to have a vision for yourself. And then I'm going to give you a plan, an actionable step that allows you to go out to the marketplace and achieve whatever goals, dreams, and desires that you want. So who would agree that 2020 was a terrible year? Everybody would agree, yeah? Put in the chat box below. I agree. It's a terrible year. And if I said to you, who would agree that we had some setbacks in 2019? People would say, yeah, I had some setbacks in 2019. And the truth of the matter is this. It doesn't matter that it's 2020 where we had this global challenge, or it's 2019 or it's going to be 2021. Life is going to throw challenges at you every single moment. So we need to prepare ourselves on what life is going to throw towards us. Is that making sense? So instead of saying, why me? Why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to us? It better still you want to say to yourself is, how can I overcome what I'm going through right now? And the only way that you can overcome what you're going through right now is by learning the skills and the tips. And I'm going to really give you the nuts and bolts of that today. I'm going to deep dive into this, and I'm going to open this up for questions and answers at the end. If time allows us to do so, and I'm sure it will, I want to give you everything that I know. So be prepared as we're going through. Write in the chat box, write a question, write it down on your piece of paper. Write things, get them out of your head and put them on paper. Get everything out of your head and put it on paper. So if I take you back, before I go into the nuts and bolts of everything, if I take you back to my life story and how I got to where I was, and I shared with you those companies that we've built together, the companies that I've worked alongside with. I was just a kid that grew up in a broken family. I got my grandparents on the left that had a huge impact in my life. They raised me. They taught me everything that I know, and they taught me the ropes of life. Mum worked extremely hard, working 2 jobs to provide for our family. It was only me, my sister, and myself. And I didn't get to meet my father to a later age. I was 14 years of age where I got to meet my dad. My dad is here. There's my dad. It's the first photo I have with my dad that I've got. But that was a photo. That's not when I'm 14, by the way. that was at the age of 33, only a couple of years ago, over at his property. And that's my lovely, beautiful little family. Wife is heavily pregnant at the moment with number 3, as I said. But I shared this story with you is because if I went around this room right now and I asked each and every one of you, what is your story? You'd all have a story. But write this in your notes. Your past doesn't equal your future. Your past doesn't equal your future. We all have a past. Could be positive, could be negative. It doesn't matter what it is. It's the past for a reason. It's like when you jump in a car, most of us drive. When you jump in a car, if we don't drive, we've been in a car before. The front windscreen of a car is quite large. The rear view mirror is quite small. It's about this big. The reason why the rear view mirror is so small in the car is because it's not so important to keep looking behind you to see what's going on behind you. It's more important to see what's happening in front of you. It's more important to have a clear vision of what the future looks like. That's why it's more important to have a big, clear vision in front of you and not focusing on what's behind you. Hit the reactions button if you agree. Hit the reactions button if you agree with this. If this is resonating. This is starting to resonate. Now, is this starting to make sense? Because today's call is going to be all about focusing on looking forward, not looking behind you. Because your past doesn't equal your future. So what is your motivation? I love this word motivation. Motivation is your motive for action. Your motivation is motive for action. We all influence to drive and achieve our goals with a strong reason why. Who here, put in the chat box below, who here has a strong reason why they want to achieve a goal? Or better said, who has had a goal and they've said, like, let's just say, I know like Giovanni's on the call, wanted to lose weight, put that goal in his mind, got somebody to keep him accountable, did the work, got the plan, got emotionally attached to the reason why he needed to lose weight. So who else has had that light bulb moment when they've had a really strong reason why they need to do something and then they've achieved it? Could be smoking. I know, for instance, an uncle of ours that smoked his whole life, went to the doctors. The doctor said, you've got cancer, and if you've got any chance of surviving, you need to stop smoking. He walked out of the doctor's surgery and he threw his packet of cigarettes in the bin. He said, I'll never smoke again. Thankfully, he survived. He's not well, but he never smoked again. Why is that? The reason why that is because his association to death was my life. And what they didn't want to achieve is, I didn't want to die. I don't want to die. Am I going to die, like have cigarettes and die? Or am I going to continue to move forward? I don't even know why that's happening with the screen, by the way, guys. I've got no idea, but anyway. Is that Mark or Ralph?
Not me.
So anyway.
I think it's Jessica.
Is it? Okay. So the association with your reason why has to be strong. You've got to have a strong reason why. Really, really important that we have a strong reason why. This is something that I put together just today, to be honest with you. I said, without a vision, we perish. Without goals, we don't have a plan. Without a plan, we can't take action. Makes sense, right? So we look for that motivation, but is it the motivation that we're looking for? Or is it the plan that we're looking for? Or better still said, is it the vision that's missing? Maybe it's the vision, maybe that clear surface we can't see because we're too busy looking at the past. We're too busy looking at all the situations going on right now in the world that we can't control. So it's like, yeah, but you don't know what I'm going through. Well, hello. I don't know what you're going through. You don't know what I'm going through. You don't know that my son bent over last night, bumped his head and he's got a headache. You don't know that I've been up all night because my kid's sick. I don't know. You don't know about me. I don't know about you. But that is just life. So when we put into perspective about goals, We need vision. And in my opinion, it's not just vision. It goes deeper than that. And it's belief. Because you've got to believe in yourself. You can write down all the goals that you want. You can be super motivated and go, right, I've got this, right? And do nothing with it. And it all comes down to your belief. So it's not the plan. It's not the goals. It's not the vision. It's the belief. Who would suggest that that's true? Yeah. Reactions, comments. I'm going to give you a little example. So you got two kids, two twins, both boys, born minutes apart, same mother, same father. At birth, they're separated. One is taken to the western suburbs of Sydney. The other one is taken to the northern beaches of Sydney.
COVID.
Yeah, they're locked away in COVID. You wanker. Sorry. I'm allowed to say that in my cousin. So anyway, one's taken to the northern beaches, the other one's in the western suburbs of Sydney. Now, I grew up in the western suburbs of Sydney. There's no problem with the western suburbs of Sydney, by the way. But the environment that we're associated with is like the Bronx. Like we grew up with people that like 3 or 4 bikie gangs in the same area, a lot of, land rules and, fighting and guns and knives and just a lot of violence. The northern beaches, is there violence? Of course there's violence. But is it like that? No, it's not. So 2 twins are separated. One grows up in Western Sydney, the other one grows up in northern beaches. Same mother, same father, different upbringing. Their beliefs are different. What they achieve in life will be different because of their upbringing, their association, their environment. So when we start to talk about your belief, I want you to take you back all the way back to your childhood and think about the environment that you grew up with. Because a lot of the time, the thing that's holding you back is your past, is your upbringing. Because the fear and the belief comes from back then. You think about a little child walking. If we have kids, I remember my daughter taking a couple of steps and she fell down. I didn't say to her, stay down, don't get back up. Because you tried and it didn't work. No, we inject belief in kids. Then we recognize them. We clap for them. We cheer them on. So there's been a time in your life that something has held you back from believing in yourself. Somebody has told you that you're not good enough to achieve that goal, that dream, or that desire. You're not good enough to start that business. You're not good enough to, get into that position of employment. Something's holding you back. You've got to dwell deep into the back end of setting goals, and you've got to work on your belief. It's quite simple for me to sit here and say to you, here's how you set goals. But if I don't give you the back end of what's holding us back, then guess what? It's motivation that you're looking for, and it's a motivation that you're going to work off. Motivation only lasts for a short moment of time. It doesn't last forever. You're motivated, you do something, first setback, first hold back, guess what happens? You sit back down in the chair and you do nothing. And then you start playing the why me game. So let's talk about belief. Belief. I don't know how to get rid of these guys. I'm so sorry. But anyway, three keys to improve your belief.
Now we can't screenshot them.
Is there a way that we can do this?
Jessica?
I don't know. So 3 keys to improve your belief. Number 1, you've got to take care of your health. Eat clean and exercise at least 30 minutes daily. Now, I'm not talking to you that you need to go and jump up and down the F45. And I love the F45, by the way. A huge fan. a 30-minute walk is enough, because motion equals emotion. Your motion will change the way you feel. Your health is the bottom of the pyramid. How you eat, how you think, what you put in your mouth, your emotions, your movement, everything is associated with how you feel. So you've got to master that. You know, I know some people that want to lose weight, and the reason why they don't want to lose weight is because it's too difficult, and I don't really care about my body, and I don't really care about abs, and I don't really care about all this type of stuff. Look at where their emotion is. Their emotion is with how they look. But what if I said to you, Mark, if you eat really clean, you train at least 30 minutes a day, you're going to feel better, you're going to make better decisions, you're not going to be so foggy, you're going to start to believe in yourself, you're going to start to take a new action and start to set new goals and achieve new things. Would you do it, Mark?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Of course you would. There's a different association. So the second thing you need to do to improve your belief, you've got to start to do things that you enjoy. What is it that you enjoy? You might not do that now because we don't have the time. We all have time. Time, again, another story for another day, but we'll do another presentation on time. Time is just emotion. That's all time is. Fact. We all have 24 hours in a day. Fact. Time is just emotion. Who would agree? Write in the chat box below if you agree that time is emotion. Just put yes. Yes. I've had no reactions, so that means that there's no light bulb moment so far. I need to start to step things up again. We need to work on that. So in saying that, when I say do the things that you enjoy, you may not necessarily be doing that now, but what I want you to do is I want you to start by making a list of the things that you like to do. Like to go on a holiday. We can't do that now for obvious reasons. I like to exercise 30 minutes a day, but I don't know how to do that because maybe I can't do it because I'm injured. I like to read books. I like to join a mum's group. I like to join a dad's group. I like to go bowling. I like to go golfing. I don't know. What do you enjoy? I love to go fishing. Start making a list. Start to expand the mind. Like my son, we're down the south coast. He wants to do 50 things in one day. Dad, can we go on jet ski? Dad, can we go fishing? Dad, can we go ride motorbike? Can we do this? Can we do that? They're kids. So go back to your childhood when you were that kid. And if you're a parent, look at your kids and duplicate your kids and stop cutting them off. No, you don't do that. No, you can't do this. Why not? Why not? What do you love doing? Even if you're not doing it, start making a list of the things that you love doing. Third key thing, spend time with the people that make you happy. Period. Spend time with the people that make you happy. Don't waste time with people that don't treat you well. You know, there's that saying that they say, you become the average of the 5 people you hang around the most. You hang around people that don't set goals, that don't have a clear vision, then guess what happens to you? You wind up in the same place. You wind up in the same place. So you've got to start to associate yourself with people that are going to motivate you, people that are driven just like you, people that read books. I hang out with people that read books. I hang out with people that go to church. I hang out with people that ride motorbikes. I hang out with people that go fishing. I hang out with people that keep me positive. I hang out with people that I exercise with. They're not the same people. They're different friends because I have different friends for different occasions. But that's okay because I'm taking ownership of my life. I've got to take ownership of my life. I've got to take ownership of my life. So until you draw the line in the sand and you start to take ownership of your life, then you're going to keep getting what everybody else wants you to get. Let's not stumble into 2021 with the same excuses, with the same holdbacks, the same setbacks that maybe the last 3 years provided for us. Because remember how I started this call. There's always going to be challenges. Right now, there's just this global challenge. Some people have lost their jobs. Others are soaring right now. Other people, guess what? It actually hasn't affected anything in their life because they're probably a stay-at-home mom, stay-at-home father. They have no challenges, but they're just with the association of news, friends in their ear talking about the same rubbish. Just by default, it has affected them emotionally. Who would agree? Put in the chat box below if you agree. Until you start to understand how you can improve your belief, then you can set goals. So you thought you were going to come on, I was going to say to you, right, here's how you set goals. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. And all of a sudden I've spoken to you about motivation. I've spoken to you about a vision. I've spoken to you about improving your belief. Because that's the back end office. That's the KPIs. You know, if you're running a business, you look at the KPIs, you look at the spreadsheet. Let's look at the numbers. Let's not look at the face. Let's not look at what we're presenting on social media. Let's look at how well or how profitable the business is. So understanding these back end, understanding this about yourself, this front end, which is going to be the goal setting, what you came here for, is going to be very simple for you. So let's break it down into 3 types of goals. There's 3 types of goals. Draw this up on your page. You've got short-term goals. Short-term goals are between like 1 day to 30 days. That's a short-term goal. You write that in your notes. You know, you want to like, it's like a daily action plan. Realistic. I don't know if I should use that word. I hate using that word realistic because what's realistic? But like a day, it's something that you can achieve in that day. You know, it's usually short-term goals. Mid-term, anywhere between, 3 months to 12 months. Long-term are like 1 year to 3 years. Now, they're generally much larger goals. But here's a secret. When you have a larger goal, so you might have a 2 to 3 year goal, that 2 to 3 year goal needs to be broken down into the yearly goal. And then the yearly goal needs to be broken down to a short-term goal. And each section of the triad the actions that you take in the short-term goal has to move you towards your mid-term goal. That mid-term goal, the action steps you take there is going to have to move you towards your long-term goal. Is that making sense?
Absolutely.
Perfect. Let me know in the chat box if this is making sense. Check the chat box. Any questions that are popping into your head, let us know. Awesome. Yes, yes. Thanks, Heidi, 100%. Vani, yes. Junior, yes. Perfect. Cool. So, talking about goals. Let me give you this as an example. We think about the term goals and what we do as being super complicated. Give me, in the comments below, I'm going to give you 3 things. Who has never set goals? Is number 1. Number 2, who has set goals in their heads but never on piece of paper? Number 3, who has set goals and actually like written them down like on paper? 1, 2, or 3. Never, in your head, and on paper. 1, 2, and 3. So number 1, never. Number 2, perfect. We've got another number 2s, number 3, 2s and 3s, 2s and 3s, 2s and 3s. Perfect. Perfect. I love it. So it tells me that everybody tuning in right now has set goals in their head or have actually put them down on a piece of paper. Next question. Now that I understand that, is who has achieved their goals? Short term or long term, doesn't matter. Anything. Yes or no? In the comments below. Yes or no? Makes a huge difference, guys. 3 and 2, Daniel. Well done, Daniel. Yes, no, yes, perfect. Yes, 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 and no. Yep, me too. I agree. Heidi, I agree. Mark, I agree. Giovanni, Jessica, yes. Because here's the truth. Both fatty. Hope you're not driving. How you texting him? Odd. Crazy. So here's the truth, is that we're going to set some goals. And guess what? We may not achieve those goals, but that's okay. Remember that emotion thing. Everything's about emotion. But it's about having this vision. And let's just say, for instance, if you want to lose 10 kilos, we set a goal that over the next 12 weeks, I want to lose 10 kilos. So you start to work through that next 12 weeks, you break that down into your daily action steps. What is it that I need to do every single day for the next 12 weeks to achieve that goal? Making sense? Now, when we get to the end of that 12 weeks, could there be a possibility that we don't achieve that goal? 100%. Could be a possibility that we don't achieve that goal. Christmas could have come up. We could have had many birthday parties. You know, our own lack of motivation. We could have come off the bandwagon, got back on the bandwagon. Many things could have happened. But what's really important is that when you take these goals out of our mind and we set them on a piece of paper, they hold no emotion. I'm going to say that again. These goals hold no emotion. You are the one that holds the emotion. You are the one that holds the emotion. So we need to get hyper-focused on why it is that we want to achieve these goals. We want to get hyper-focused on what that vision is. We want to stay working on ourselves to improve our belief so then we can take those action steps to achieve the goals. So once we write the goals on paper, the goal's been set, but it's the back end office. It's what happens in the back end that's going to make the difference. So here's the strategies to set effective goals. Number one, you've got to be clear, specific goals. Get laser focused. Not like, yeah, I want to, if it's a financial goal, I want to earn an extra $10,000 next year. Get clear. What's that $10,000 for? There's got to be a reason why you want that money. What, you want to see zeros and ones in a bank account that's going to emotionally make you feel better? Like, really? No. Maybe you want to be financially set that when the bill shows up every single month, that you can just pay that bill. That's a specific goal. So then you would budget. I'm going to give you an example. So you would budget. You go, right, every single month I get $1,000 worth of bills. So automatically, you know, I specifically my goal, I want to be earning an extra $1,000 a month to pay for my bills. Tick. Number two, they've got to be difficult, but also attainable. So it's got to be difficult, but something that you can obtain. So think about it like this. If I said to you, Mark, go out, we don't want to be earning that extra $1,000 a month to pay your bills. But you're absolutely maxed out in your job with the hours that you work and the amount of money that you earn. So is that something that is difficult but also attainable? Yes. But are you going to have to do something different to get a different result? Yes. That's what I'm talking about. So it's got to be difficult. It's like, how am I going to do that? But it's also attainable. But if Mark, for instance, was working full-time in a job, had a side hustle, and he had that side hustle on the side, and I said to him, Mark, you need to, he set the goal, said, I need $1,000 a week. Oh, it's easy. I just started that side hustle. I can make some money. That's an easy goal. That's not going to stretch him. We want to be stretched. We want it to be difficult. We want to feel uncomfortable. The third thing that you need to do, you need to prepare yourself mentally. Read the books. Speak to your mentor. Don't have a mentor, find one. Get one. Buy one. Hire one. I don't know. Do something. But you've got to be mentally prepared. And I want you to do this. with the mental, what have you got there, Fatty? Oh, the diary. I love it. Be careful, she's got I love it. Get mentally prepared. You need to mentally, this is your mental factory. What you put in here is what's going to come out of here. What you put in here is what's going to come out of here, your heart. So you got to prepare yourself mentally. You know, really simple task is this. I remember I used to wake up in the morning. The first thing that I used to do is I used to roll over. My alarm used to go off on my phone. I used to roll over. Back then, I'm talking pre-2014, I had no social media. So I used to roll over and I used to scroll like this with my phone and go through my emails. And I was running a construction company back then. Money would be outstanding, which was a normal process. I'm like, oh, that guy didn't pay me. They're not paying me for me. And I would just put all this rubbish in my head. I haven't even gotten out of bed yet. And then I would get out of bed. I would light a cigarette, start the coffee machine, put the TV on, and listen to the news. More rubbish inside the head. So how do you think when I'm driving to work at 6:30 in the morning and the guy jumps out in front of me and I bip the horn and give him the thing and I'm all angry? When the guy just jumped, the guy just wanted to jump in front of you. The guy's getting to work too. But I'm all angry and upset because of everything that I've injected in my head. And those of you that are on the other side and listening to this right now, you know what I'm talking about. Because it may not be you, but maybe somebody that you know. And I'm proud to say that I've changed myself. Because I've worked on my mental factory. Because I made a decision that I'm not going to live like that anymore. Because I got sick and tired. I started to prepare myself mentally. First thing I stopped doing was waking up and opening social media. Sorry, emails. And it can sneak back in. Now I've got social media. I've now put my phone on automatic do not disturb. So the first thing I wake up, I don't see notifications on my phone. Because you see notifications on your phone, you hit the button. And trust me, I've slipped up many times and it changes the way I feel throughout the day. Try it. Try steering away from your phone for at least the first hour when you wake up. I dare you. If you can do it, then you're a machine. If you've never done it before, it's going to be the hardest thing. This thing is like a drug. This thing is like a drug. We lose our phone, man. We walk around on my phone. You can lose your wallet. It's like, oh, I'll just cancel the credit cards. You lose your phone. It's like, oh my God, I lost my phone. I lost my phone. We are so attached to this thing. So the best way to prepare yourself mentally is getting rid of this. And first thing in the morning, giving thanks to whatever you believe in. Relax. And guess what? Focus on your goals. Very similar to what Fatty did. I've got a book. I've got my goals. I only started this year. I write my goals. I just write in it every morning. I just think of things and I write in it. I listen to some personal development. I prepare myself mentally. You know, I don't rub my ears and tell myself, you know, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. But mentally, I'm only listening to positive things that I put inside myself. And I've got accountability partners, which brings me to step number 4. I've got people in my association that keep me accountable to achieving goals. Right here, there's Ralph and Mark. We're part of a little group on WhatsApp, and we keep each other accountable all the time. And you know what's so nice about that? We're all first cousins, all 3 of us. So I'm not suggesting that you need your first cousins, but I'm suggesting you need to find somebody that can keep you accountable. Because sometimes you think, I'm going to keep myself accountable. It is the hardest thing to keep yourself accountable. I'm not saying that it's not possible. You can keep yourself accountable. But it is hard. Measure your progress. Number 5. You've got to have a measurement. You've got to know how you're traveling. You know, we had short-term, mid-term, long-term goals. It's about a step-by-step progress. How are we going? How are we tracking? You said you wanted to lose 10 kilos over the next 12 weeks. Have you lost your first 1? Have you lost your first 2? How are we progressing? Very, very important. We think about goals as being complicated. I'm hoping after today's call, you're starting to say to yourself, wow, it's not that difficult. Now that I understand this, it's not that difficult. I want you to walk away and not say to yourself, I need to set 10-year goals. Just set the year. If that's too difficult, just set the next couple of months. Set the next day if you never set goals before. It's okay. Step by step, it's the principles. We've all set goals before. Who here, write in the comments in the chat box, who here has done the shopping before? Gone to the supermarket. Welcome, Caroline. Jay Shetty. Absolutely. He's amazing. He was a monk that's now does a lot of like mindset coaching, personal development, stuff like that. Guys, take a screenshot of that. Jay Shetty, Jayshetty. Awesome. Really, really good. Welcome, Caroline. All the time, go groceries. Yep. Giovanni, yes. Ralph, yes. Mark, yes. Fatty, all the time. Junior, yes. Okay. And everybody else, I'm presuming that you're saying yes. So when we go to get groceries, we often open up the pantry. Go, all right, I'm going to make this dish tonight, and I don't have this. So I'm going to need this. So you mentally put a list in your head. Sometimes you write it down, right? Sometimes you just put a list in your head. And then you jump in the car. You've got this vision that you're going to go to the grocery store. You get to the grocery store. You shop around the aisles. You buy what you need for the plan that you've got to make this dish. Then you come home and you make the dish. So you've just achieved the goal. You had a vision. You set a plan. You did an action step. Don't overcomplicate it for your life. If you can do it for shopping, then you can do it for your life. Making sense, right? It's all starting to fall into place. It is not so complicated. We often get really, really psyched out because we overcomplicate the things, and it's not that complicated. What I want to do is I'm going to go back here. I want to spend 1 minute, 60 seconds writing down some goals. I want you to write down some goals. Write them. They don't need to be perfect, guys. Remember, it's just emotion. Everything is just emotion. They don't need to be perfect. Write down some goals. I'm going to see if I can get some music. If I can. Let us know in the comments box below if you're enjoying this. Write them down, guys. Get it done. They don't need to be like super, super perfect. Just goals. They're just things. And if you're keen enough, you can put next to your goals, you can put like, I want to lose weight in the next 3 months. I want to change my finances in the next year. You know, what does that look like for you? How's it going to make you feel? Like it's about that emotion. It's about getting emotionally attached to that goal. And you've got to remember that this is just a workshop. This is a 45-minute, 50-minute workshop. This is not going to give you everything, but it's going to give you the back-end office that you're going to have to leave here, and you're going to have to put this into action for your own goals. You're going to have to do this. I'm going to be here to help you. You can reach out. Let me know if you need some help in doing this. But essentially, you're going to have to do the hard stuff. You can get all the tools. You can get all the strategies. We can give you the understanding of your belief, your vision, your action. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to get it done. All right. So go back to sharing my screen. So you can continue onto that later. What I really want to share with you now, because it's been like, do this, do that, and I haven't really shared this. And this is what my belief is this. Oh, those lines have gone. My belief is this, is that there's some things that hold us back from achieving our goals. We can't always talk about the positives. We also got to talk about what holds us back. Some people think it's motivation. Some people think it's money. I think it's fear. It always goes back to fear. Deep down inside, it's fear that holds you back from doing everything. That's my belief. These are 3 limiting beliefs that can stop you from achieving your goals. Number 1, listening to what others believe about your goals. I'm going to say that again. Listening to what others believe about your goals. Number 2, getting into your own head and not believing in yourself. That self-talk, self-belief. You've never done this before. Goes back, remember about the childhood stuff that I said to you, the 2 twins that get separated at birth? One of the parents, grew up in the western suburbs. The other kid grew up in a family on the northern beaches. 2 different environments, 2 different upbringings. What is that belief that's held you back? What's stopping you from moving forward? Like, why are you waiting for somebody to tap you on the shoulder and tell you you now have permission to set your goals, to achieve your goals, dreams, and desires? Because the truth of the matter is nobody is going to tap you on the shoulder and tell you it's your turn. You have to draw the line in the sand. You have to get out of your head, and you need to start moving in the forward direction that good is good enough. Write that in your notes. Good is good enough. Number 3, this is the biggest thing that can stop you from achieving your goals, is that you're not willing to stay working in the uncomfort zone. What do I mean by that? You can see Mark shaking his head like with an agreement there. You're going to leave here tonight. Some of you are going to set goals. You're going to, while you're in this state over the next 15 to 20 minutes, you're going to start writing down your goals. You're going to put time, how long I want to do this, but you're going to get clear on them. You're going to take those 2 principles that I gave you. And then everything else you're going to start working towards, which is the belief, the vision, stuff like that. That takes time. Yeah, you set goals, but then you start working on yourself daily to achieve that goal. But as you start to do that, guess what starts to happen? It feels kind of weird. It doesn't feel normal not waking up and checking social media. It feels uncomfortable. It feels not so normal when you've been overweight your whole life and you start to exercise. It's uncomfortable. You've just got to be willing to stay living in that uncomfort zone and be okay with that feeling. It's like we just have a baby, we bring to this world. I'm bringing a new baby into this world in March, be the 3rd one. I need to be making an extra $2,000 to $3,000 a month to provide for that baby. Nappies, food, formula, blah, blah, blah. So I need to start planning today to get that end result by March. Now, is it going to be uncomfortable for me to start to do more work, to start to make more money, to talk to more people? Of course it is. Is it going to be uncomfortable when the baby comes and my life gets spun on its head? Because now we're not just taking kids to school and kids to activity, we also got a crying baby all night. Is it going to become uncomfortable? Absolutely. I'm giving you this example because the demographic of people here, most of us are parents or we have nieces and nephews. And if you're not, well, then you're going to have some kids soon. And you will then understand. Now, why I'm telling you this is that uncomfort zone, you've got to be comfortable with being uncomfortable because it is just what it is. You can't change that. You can't change all of these stuff that are happening around you. You just have to deal with it. And most of you do. You just get it done. But when it comes to your goals, when it comes to making more money, when it comes to starting your business, when it comes to losing weight, guess what happens? is just too hard. I'll just do it when things get better. I'll just do it when I move houses. I'll just do it when I have more money. I'll just do it when I have more time. And you start coming up with all the excuses and all the reasons why you can't achieve it because you're just not comfortable with being uncomfortable. There's no emotional attachment there. Is that making sense? I don't know who I'm talking to right now. I don't know what ease these are landing onto. I don't know if this is resonating with anybody. But all I can say to you is that uncomfort zone, building the muscle in the gym, when you're in pain, Arnold Schwarzenegger would only count his rep when it started hurting. That's when he'd count his rep, because he said, this is the time when my muscle is growing the most. So when you leave here today, team, and you set these goals, be prepared, mentally prepared, that this is going to be tough. Be mentally prepared that this is going to take your work. Be mentally prepared that it's going to not feel normal, that you're going to want to give up. You're going to want to think, what am I doing? And guess what you want to do? Just go back to what you've always done before. And guess what you say to yourself? It's just not for me. And you know what that comes down to? Your belief. End of story. Thank you very much, 2020. Welcome, 2021. It all goes down to your belief. If you take anything out of this call tonight, please leave here and start to work on yourself. Start to focus on your belief. Start to read the books, listen to the audio. And besides all that, good is good enough. You just got to take massive and immediate action. You've just got to jump. You just got to go for it. You really just got to put it all in. Your back's against the wall and you just got to get it done. It's as simple as that. Guys, I hope 2021 is a different year for you emotionally, financially, spiritually, health-wise, everything. And guess what? You're in control of this. Nobody else. So why you took all of that stuff, I'm going to quickly go through these chats. Guys, also, before you get off, I've got an ebook. I'm going to put a link here in the chat box. Let me just grab the link. And then you can copy the link and you can download the ebook. It's free. It's a goal-setting ebook, by the way. 1 second. And why I'm doing this, if you have any questions, write them down in the chat box.
Why are you missing in action, bro?
Missing in action? Oh, no, mate.
I know you're never missing in action.
I was going to say something else. I remembered it's recording. All right, guys. If you just click on this link or copy this link, and then you just put your name and email address in there, and you send you a goal-setting ebook, which is really, really cool. I've done it myself. It's my first ebook that I've ever done. All right, so who we got? Any questions? All the time, Heidi. Yep, I'm happy. I got a puppy. Same, but different. You got way too much time on your hands, Ralph, getting a puppy. You have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. Absolutely, Mark. Procrastination. Junior, plus you got to have consistency with goals. Rasha, hell yes, definitely, 100%. All right, any questions? I'm not going back to bad habits. I'm moving forward. Awesome work, Jess, and well done in committing. Who's on the iPhone? So thanks. Thank you. Any questions? Anybody got any questions? Any questions? Any questions at all? No? No questions. Perfect.
I couldn't hear everything because I'm sick today. I catch cold yesterday from that sending product to the customer, and my clothes all wet, and I'm sick today. So did you record that? If you record it, can you send it to me, please?
Absolutely, Ruwaida, I will do.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hope you get better soon.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Anybody else? Questions? What do we got? Some chat box. Thanks, buddy. Great call. Thank you for jumping on.
Great call, buddy.
Awesome. So you got any questions, Mark? Does anybody want to add anything?
No, I'm good.
Perfect. So guys, if you look in the chat box, I'll give you a couple of moments to get that that drop form. You can just copy it, or you can direct message me, and I can send you that drop form, and I'll send you the goal setting ebook, which is really, really cool. And besides that, I'm at your availability, like I said at the beginning of the call. If you do want to set the goals and you're having some struggles with putting those couple of principles in place, then reach out and I'm happy to help with every single step of the way. And besides that, guys, we love yous, we leave you. I hope you have a very safe and enjoyable New Year celebration, wherever you're celebrating it. And 2021 will be a better year for you, especially if you invest your time right now in putting these principles into place, and you can get out there and have that action plan, and you will definitely achieve the goals. And like we always sign off, you got anything else? Nothing. Like we always sign off, love to all and peace. See you guys.
Bye.